There we go.
All right. Let's talk about what's happening in Israel or Palestine, whatever you want to call it, okay? Now, first of all, you have to understand that Israel is not going to war with the Palestinians. All right? Now, I don't know a polite way of saying this, but if you're on the left and you watch ABC, NBC, CB, you're being lied to. Okay?
Absolutely.
There's a huge difference between, let's say, Hezbollah up there in Lebanon and Hamas, okay? These are terrorist organizations, okay? These people are, well, they're more akin to Al-Qaeda than they are the Taliban. And we know how bad the Taliban are, okay? Yeah. Israel is not going to war against Palestinians. Now, I know that's hard to understand, but Hezbollah is not the Palestinian Authority. The Palestinian Authority has already made statements saying that they don't support this and the violence needs to stop. Now, the problem with stopping the violence is little old ladies and leftists here in America and in the rest of the world, okay? What happens is the terrorists, in this case it's Hamas and Hezbollah, which is going to join the fight pretty quick, make no mistake about it, okay? But it's Hezbollah right now. What they did the other day, Saturday, right, was unthinkable. I've seen the videos with my own eye. It was a brutal attack, not on the military. It was a brutal attack on civilians. They raped, they murdered, they kidnapped children and have them in actual cages. They're still launching missiles and those dumb drones out of the Gaza Strip. Now, here's what happens. Every time Hezbollah attacks the Israelis, America and NATO and the UN, which is worthless, not NATO, sorry, but the UN, which is worthless, they get in there and they start screaming, ceasefire, ceasefire, right? So they're never able to deal with the situation. After this last attack, this was so brutal and so horrific that the best thing America can do is to shut its mouth and let Israel deal with the Gaza Strip, or you will absolutely never, ever have peace in the Middle East. And look, this is not 1970. Hezbollah has been around Hezbollah has been around since the late 70s, I think like 77, something like that. These people are financed by Iran. And they are an actual army with actual artillery, actual missiles. And they're in Lebanon right now. The Lebanese don't want them there, but they can't get rid of them, okay? Just like Hamas is in Israel. The Palestinians don't want them there, but they can't get rid of them either. And every time you ceasefire, ceasefire, they get stronger and stronger, and then they kill more and more civilians. Now, arguing with these people is like arguing with pro-choice people, right?
Or the pronoun people.
Yeah, they know they're wrong. They know they're killing babies. So they always go, my body, my choice. Well, over there, what they do is they say, well, Israel has killed all these people since 2008. Well, yeah, why? How many Israelis did you kill? That's the whole liberal side of the thing. They never want to take responsibility for what they have done.
Yeah.
The
American media is or the ignorant people are playing into that game. Oh, well, the Israelite, they repeat what they hear
and they don't repeating.
Understand.
Yeah.
They've done this, and that. But this was this was an attack that was aimed at the Israelites to provoke them into violence.
Correct.
And he got the result he wanted. Because Why? Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't really know enough
Like-
of that, but it was it was a provocation, and he got the attack. You know.
And their media sources, right, for the Hezbollah and the murderers, and their media sources 24/7 right now. And they're out there, boo-hoo, poor Israel. Israel did it. Israel did it. This is in retaliation, right, of Israel. Now, here's the whole thing. Hezbollah up there in Lebanon started shooting missiles into Israel at the Israeli army, at the actual army now on the northern border of Israel. Okay, so Israel opened up with artillery and killed those people, right? Then they launched more saying that this is a retaliation against Israel for shooting at our artillery. This is how stupid this is. I mean, in my opinion, and look, I'm just an old redneck living in Texas. You guys gotta stop watching this mainstream media. You've been brainwashed, okay? Yeah. And you saw that Tella Aziz chick or whatever she is in Congress from, what is it, Wisconsin? Yeah. Oh, ceasefire, ceasefire. Her and AOC, oh, ceasefire, ceasefire. Yeah, because Israel's getting the upper hand. All right, now, in my opinion, you need to let Israel do what they're going to do to the Gaza Strip. And trust me, any real peace-loving Palestinian, and they can't tell you this because they're terrified, they want peace. And you can't have peace as long as Hamas is in Israel and I keep forgetting their name.
Hezbollah.
And Hezbollah is up there in Lebanon, all right? You just can't do it. I mean, so the best thing that we can do, and, you know, everybody's, oh, a two-state system. All right, look, this is a very small hunk of land. Two countries is not going to work, all right? They need to learn to live together, so we need to shut up, get out of their way, and let them do it.
The thing is, we have, you know, cultural differences, and whatever we think might be might be the correct response to an attack like that. It's not what they think, and therefore, how can we dictate anything to them? But let me throw you an example. September 11th.
Yeah.
We were attacked in our own homeland, in our own home, in New York City. Was it New York City?
Yep, New York City.
New York City.
World Trade
I don't know
Centers.
why my brain didn't.
That's same as mine. We're
Anyways,
old.
there was repercussions to that because you didn't attack a military base. You didn't attack somebody in the field. They came here and attacked us in our own homeland. Yeah. Okay. Think how that felt. If you're old enough, like we are, to remember September clearly, you'll think that. You know,
give these people 5 years of peace, and they will be back in America. And I'm just going to throw something out. Who do you think is coming across the southern border right now? All right? I mean, I get a kick out of all these people with the pronouns and the purple hair and their kumbaya and just anything anti-government and all of that. Let me tell you something. These people, Hamas and Hezbollah, these are the people that throw purple hair freaks off the roof of a building, okay? To you, they are exactly like both the Bible and the Quran say. You're an abomination. You're supposed to be killed. Now, use your head. Who's coming across that southern border? These are not Mexicans. I guarantee you.
And so the one thing I would say, look, this is a conflict between two countries that are overseas and far away from us.
Far away.
But we are I'm going to use a cliche. We're a melting pot.
Correct.
Okay? There's people from Israel here. There's people from Palestine in this country. And I'm going to draw this parallel for you. Hamas and Hezbollah and all those people do not speak for every Palestinian.
No. And the Palestinians that are here in America are brainwashed because they're out celebrating people getting killed. Do you believe that?
And and what I'm trying to tell you, like, say for instance, like Black Lives Matter, okay? The movement, that entity, they tried to overtake the voice of the black people, the African American people, the minorities, and all of that, and they set themselves up in a way that it felt like they were speaking for every black person, and They were not.
They were not.
Okay?
But if you watch the mainstream media,
you would get the impression that every African American people, that every black person was behind the Black Lives Matter thing, and it wasn't true. And the same thing is here. Are there people that are celebrating the killing of Israelites?
Around the world, they're celebrating.
Absolutely. But not everybody that... these people do not represent every other Palestinian in the world. They probably just, like you, they're human beings made in the image of God, just like you and I. And we all want to live in peace. Yeah. And they probably do. And unfortunately, in this kind of wars, it's just the women and children that suffer the most.
Yeah. And I mean, you can't justify in any way, shape, or form this was an attack by people who are clearly subhuman. All right? I saw this with my own eyes. I saw them parading around with the bodies of women, young girls that they had done things to, parading through the streets. All right? This attack was on civilians. It was not on military installations. All right, so everybody's celebrating this. You need to take a step back.
Hey, feminists.
These are terrorists.
I know, and like feminists, where are your voices?
Yeah.
Defending these girls or talking about them and maybe just saying, this is not acceptable. Don't get behind the people that committed this atrocity on women. Okay, they attacked us. They attacked women.
They specifically singled out women to take as captives. And one of the Hamas people showed a room full of women and children. And what did he call them? Our new sex slaves. Right. Yeah. Feminists.
That's the kind of people that you
That's what you're dealing with.
So, now, I'm going to tell you something. Who was filming? Okay?
Hamas
was filming and put it all over the internet. Right. Okay? It's all everywhere. They are not ashamed of what they did.
Nope.
They're proud of what they've been doing. Okay? That shows the extent of the evilness in their heart.
Yeah, it's pure evil, okay? And look, when you raise people like this, they lose their soul, so to speak. All right? When you, it's just like these women, you see them on college campuses screaming and yelling and
saying something.
Yeah, saying vile things. All right? But, it's like an abortion is only a success if one of the patients dies. All right? Now, we need to set back and we need to watch what's going to happen in Israel, because if there's any peace to be had, these people over there need to decide what the peace is going to look like. Not us here in America. I mean, our government is too corrupt. We have too many leftist nuts, all right? We have too many right-wing people. I mean, we have people out there spending our money how no sane human being would spend it, all right? Right now, America is financing genocide.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, in my opinion, the best thing that we can do is to sit back and watch what happens.
Yeah, trust
me. That's it.
We are not the moral compass of the world.
We are not the moral compass. And we were not attacked like that. What do you think would happen wherever you live? If this happened to your city, all right, say you live in New York City. We know you've experienced it before. You've probably forgot. Or Chicago, okay? What would you in Chicago feel like if 5,000 missiles hit in your city and terrorists came in and snatched your women and children to be used as sex slaves? What would you want? You got to turn it on the other foot, because this is what just happened there.
Yeah. We have lost, I think some of in the United States, we have lost the ability to, how would you say, sympathize?
Yeah, with the victim.
Yeah, with the victim, and rather than with the attacker. And what did Margaret Thatcher said? The
aggressor cannot be allowed to profit from its aggression.
That's right, white woman.
And every time this happens, when Hamas does this, they've never done it on this scale. But every time they do it, the world steps in and says, "Oh, ceasefire, ceasefire!" So they get away with it. And now this has happened.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's just terrifying. And I don't know. I think it's just
horrible. I don't have an answer.
Me neither.
And but my suggestion is that if you're an American, shut up. All right, this has got nothing to do with you. If this was done to your hometown, just think how you would want to respond. If they took your daughter, okay, think about it. If they took your daughter and your children, all right, what would you want done?
And next time, I mean, the media and the world loves to to villainize the Christians.
Look,
okay, our Christian way of life and stuff like that. We are not the ones doing that sort of thing.
We're not.
Christians are not the ones running
only
around.
Voice of sanity.
Yeah,
really.
Like I said, we are not allowed to hate anybody.
Yeah, I don't hate anybody.
We gotta love our enemies.
But yeah, I mean, look,
love that.
The American news is so bad that I barely watch it. If I catch a news clip or something, I don't watch TV at all. But the news I get is that WION from India. It's very good news. Sky News from Australia is not bad news. Heck, even Al Jazeera is better news than what ABC, NBC, CBS, even Fox News, they're terrible. No American news station is genuine news anymore. It's all propaganda stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, the multitudes are brainwashed.
Yeah, be discerning.
But I mean, I pray right now. I pray for the innocent. Okay, and that's all you can do is just pray for the innocent, because on both sides you have people here that want to prosecute this war and they want a solution. This has been going on for 70 years. Think about it. Most of us, I mean, I'm not 70. So, but Hamas has been around since I think it was like 86, 87, something like that. And they too are financed by Iran. Okay? And then, you've got Hezbollah up north. Them too, they're financed by Iran. And oh, yeah, we gave Iran $6 billion.
Yeah.
Go figure that one out, right? Anyway.
If nothing else,
think about what's happening over there and let them seek peace on their own terms. That's what I suggest. Peace is to be found, but we can't dictate it, because every time we try to dictate peace, we actually bring more violence to them.
And really, honestly, think about, to me, this always brings back to, you need to be grateful where you were born. If you were born in the United States, or if you were born in a free country, even, I was born in Mexico, and it was, for the most part, a free, peaceful country. Okay, I don't know what it is now. I haven't been there in a long time. But, we know people that are there, and it's a fairly reasonable country. If you were born in a country where you have the freedom to do everything and go about your business and love God, or whatever God you choose to worship and everything like that, you need to be grateful for that and protect that, okay? And don't throw it away because you think you read some weird Marxist book back when you were in college and think that all of a sudden that sounds really good because maybe you won't have to work for a living.
But yeah, I mean, look, these attacks and this stuff's been going on over there forever, all right? And I think it's the arrogance of America and the other countries thinking that we can dictate peace. No, you can't. All right, because here's what happened. Hezbollah is absolutely counting on America and the UN to do what they always do. Force a peace thing, right? That's what they want. We can't do that this time. You got to let this be. After the brutality and the severity of this attack, I can't see how anyone, I don't care if you're a Palestinian or not, if you're not a terrorist, I can't see anyone condoning these people. So, I mean, it's time for them to go.
Yep. Yeah, it's time to clean up house sometimes.
Because, look, if Israel can't deal with this now, 5 years from now, we'll be dealing with it again here in the United States. It's just, that's what's going to happen.
Exactly.
All right, anyway, it's just my thoughts. I wish the best for everybody.
Yeah, let's keep them in our prayers. Pray for everybody.
Let's pray for everybody.
And ultimately, God's in charge.
Yeah, God's in charge.
All right,
anyway,
bye.
God bless.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, let me turn it off.
Oh.
Bye.